What if leading by example isn't leadership at all? What if it's just doing your job? I know, that sounds a little harsh, but just stick with me. Last week, I was watching a press conference from Nebraska special teams coordinator, Mike Ekeler. Now, if you've ever seen this guy speak, you know he brings the energy, raw, unfiltered, and passionate. But in the middle of that intensity, he drops a line that made me sit up straight.
And this is just my belief. There's no such thing as leading by example. That society's made that up, right? There's three components to leadership. Number one, you gotta uphold the standard. Number two, you gotta hold your teammates accountable. Number three, you gotta want to. So leading by example, that's just called doing your job, right? Leadership's a contact sport. You gotta open up your mouth and tell your buddy, pick it up, right?
I had to replay it, not because it was controversial, but because it was uncomfortable. It challenged something I've heard my entire life from coaches, mentors, and managers. Just lead by example. But what if that phrase is more comforting than it is accurate? What if it is a way to avoid the harder parts of leadership like confrontation, accountability, and vulnerability? Well, that's what we're diving in today. Because if Ekeler's right, then we've been mislabeling leadership for a long time. To understand why this idea is so sticky, we've got to look at where it came from. Historically, leading by example was rooted in military tradition. Think of generals who didn't just give orders, they fought alongside their troops. It was about courage, solidarity, and earning respect through action. Then it evolved. In the civil rights movement, leaders like Martin Luther King Jr. and Gandhi embodied their values through peaceful protest. They didn't just talk about justice, they lived it. And that kind of example was leadership because it inspired mass movements. In corporate culture, it became a buzzword. Managers who showed up early, stayed late, and treated people well were praised for leading by example. It became a way to describe integrity and consistency. But here's the twist. Over time, the phrase started to lose its edge. It became a default compliment, a safe label, and maybe, just maybe, it started to replace the harder, messier parts of leadership. It became a way to say, I'm doing my part without necessarily doing the hard part. But let's be fair, there's a reason this idea resonates. When someone consistently shows up, works hard, and lives the values of a team or organization, it does have an impact. It sets a tone, it creates a culture, it builds trust. Just think about a teammate who never cuts corners, or a colleague who always owns their mistakes. You notice it, you respect it, and sometimes you follow it. In environments where leadership isn't assigned, like peer groups or flat organizations, leading by example can be the first step towards influence. It's quiet leadership, it's foundational. And in some cases, it's all you need, especially when the team is already aligned, motivated, and self-accountable. But here's the catch. It's also passive. It doesn't require engagement. It doesn't demand that you speak up when something's off. It doesn't push others to grow. So while it feels like leadership, it might just be personal excellence. And personal excellence, while admirable, isn't always enough to move the team forward. And this is where Mike Ekeler's take really hits. He's not saying that doing your job well isn't important. He's saying it's expected. It's the baseline. And calling it leadership might be lowering the bar. He breaks down leadership into three core actions. Upholding the standard, not just for yourself, but for the team. That means being consistent, yes, but also being vocal when the standard slips. It's not just about doing things right, it's about making sure others do it too. And the second core action is holding others accountable. And this is the hard part. It means having uncomfortable conversations. It means risking friction for the sake of growth. It's not just about being liked, it's about being respected. And the third core to this is wanting to lead. Leadership isn't something you fall into, it's a choice. It's stepping into the tension, not away from it. It's deciding to carry the weight when it's inconvenient. Ekeler's view reframes leadership as active stewardship. It's not just about being good, it's about helping others be better. It's not just about showing up, it's about showing others how to rise. And maybe that's why leading by example falls short, because leadership isn't just about what you do, it's about what you cause. So what do we do with this? Here's the tension. Leading by example might be a foundation, but it's not the ceiling. It's like laying bricks. Important, necessary, but leadership is building the house. So maybe we need to stop calling people leaders just because they're consistent. Maybe we need to ask, are they lifting others? Are they challenging the standard? And are they choosing to lead? And maybe we need to challenge ourselves too. Are we hiding behind leading by example because it's safer than speaking up? Are we avoiding the discomfort that real leadership demands? Because leadership isn't just about being seen, it's about being felt. It's about impact, and impact requires intention. So, is leading by example actually leadership? Maybe, sometimes, but not always. And maybe that's the point. Leadership isn't just about what you do, it's about what you cause others to do. So next time someone says you're leading by example, ask yourself, am I just doing my job or am I actually leading? So drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear about what you guys think about what Mike Ekeler said. And if this episode gave you something to think about, would you do me a favor? Like this episode, drop that comment, and subscribe to the channel. We're building a space for real leaders to grow, and I'd love for you to be a part of it. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.